Talked a lot this year about the resiliency of your group as another example of it on display.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give that team over there a lot of credit. Like, you know, they battled us hard. They were tough on us all game. I mean, I think they finished every check they could when I was out there in the corners. Like, it was hard to play against, and they came in and they worked. So didn't make it easy for us. I don't think we had our best stuff, especially in the second period. But as you said, resiliency. We kept battling, and we're comfortable in those one-goal, low-scoring games. We've played a lot of them this year, so just a good character win for us. But as I said, you can't look at the standings on that game. They pushed us.
It's been a while since we've seen you chase games. You haven't really needed to do that much this year. What did it feel like to go back to that well in the third period and push?
Yeah, I think, as you said, we've been fortunately ahead or tied in a lot of games this year, and of course that's where you want to be. But we put a pretty good press on in the third. Mrazek made some big saves for them. He seems to always do against us, and like I said, we stuck with it right until the end of the game. Huge play by Laus on that tying goal, and then of course amazing talented play by Nicky to get the game winner. So we did a good job of sticking with it and pushing hard in that third.
Did it feel like maybe that power play off the tripping penalty on you was where some of that momentum came from, or where did it turn?
Yeah, I mean, the fans got going in the third too to try to give us a boost. We kind of felt that, I think, and then that power play we didn't score, but we generated some looks, and sometimes when you come out of a kill as well, it's hard to get back onto the offensive, and I felt that we did a pretty good job of kind of keeping that sort of ice tilted towards their end from that power play on out in the game, and found a way to get a big 2 points in regulation there.
Josh, I was going to ask about another possible catalyst for momentum. You personally had a pretty intense physical battle early in the third period. Could you feel momentum or just a pace pick up from that encounter?
Yeah, I mean, listen, they played us hard, as I said, and like I said, I think I got they finished every check on me when I moved it on the breakout, and didn't give any of us free ice. I thought they just competed hard. They've obviously got a lot of injuries, but the guys there, they worked, and yeah, I mean, it's an intense game. Sometimes you get involved physically, but at the same time, it's just we're trying to push back against them, and as I said, they kind of took it to us in the second period, intensity-wise, and tried to up the intensity in the third to try to get back in that game.
How much do you think that was the product of Mark getting hurt kind of on the first shift there in the second, and then quickly being announced that he wasn't coming back? Do you think that maybe that was part of that second period lull?
Yeah, certainly. That's a huge downer when Scheif goes out like that. He's been having a fantastic season. I haven't heard anything, so I'm not alluding to anything. I hope he's back tomorrow at practice, but it definitely, even just the effect on the lines, right? All of a sudden, we're trying to scramble mid-period to shift our lines around, playing with maybe different guys every shift up front, and new power play units, etc. But that being said, I just felt that the 8 brought the intensity in that second period, and our intensity wasn't there. And again, in the third period, I thought we raised our intensity level and brought it back up, and competed with them. And those are games where you see a team in the standings, you see a bunch of injuries for them. Sometimes it can look sloppy, it can be loose. They just want to create offense. And I felt for them, they were pretty committed to playing a hard game, and committed to playing good defense in their own end. They didn't give us much, so we did a good job of getting that intensity level back up in the third.
What does a franchise record 8 straight win represent within the story arc of your season, Josh?
Yeah, it's obviously a cool feat that this group's able to accomplish, but at the same time, it really doesn't really mean anything. We're focused on tomorrow, what we need to do to get ready for Saturday's game, and keep moving forward. We're off to a great start and playing well through the first half of the year. Of course, we're really excited about that and what we're building here through our team game, through our structure and commitment to D and depth. So as far as the winning streak, though, of course we're excited about it, but it doesn't really matter. We're looking forward to tomorrow.
Thank you.
We haven't seen you guys have to chase games too often. What does it mean to do it the right way, and come up with a win?
I mean, that's huge, obviously. We didn't like the way we played in the second period. Frustrations kicked in, and we talked about it. And the way we played in the third, I mean, we didn't let them breathe. So, I mean, it was bound to go in.
Did it feel like maybe that was it the full third period? You felt like you were pressing, you were close, or with the power play towards the end, or where did you see it really begin?
Power play was terrible all night, at least the one I was on. So, and I don't know what it is. It's something that we got to take care of it. Power play is going to win games at the end of the season and in the playoffs. So, but 5-on-5, I think we were definitely the better team in the third period, and we knew we just had to keep shooting.
Before your game winner, a few shifts before that, it might have been on a power play. You put a shot from the blue line and Mrazek gloved it down. It looked like you were kind of frustrated there. I'm wondering if you could take us into that moment and then the game winner.
Well, it just felt like every shot he was able to just pick it off. I mean, he was fantastic tonight. So was LB, obviously. So when you keep shooting and it's not going in, obviously there's some frustration that kicks in at some point. But I think the key point and what you saw tonight, at some point it's going to go in. So, yeah.
On the tying goal, and we've seen Gabe do a lot of really good things, like in tight. He's got a great set of hands there, and obviously those were on display on the tying goal. Nice feed from Adam as well.
Really nice feed from Laus. The way he protected that puck on the boards and was able to skate down and make that pass was pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. And Gabe, obviously in tight. You've seen him many times before already this season. That he's got some pretty good hands there. So that was huge.
You had the injury scare with Mark last game, and then another one tonight. Obviously, a lot more game left when he left tonight. Just how do you think you guys maybe weathered that? Is that part of that lull in the second period? Maybe a little bit of the shock and the line mixing that had to happen.
If we knew what it was, we would have changed it. You when you play with different guys every other shift or every shift, it gets harder sometimes to create that chemistry out there. I didn't think that we changed the lines up too much. Me, Laus, and Gabe were out there quite a lot. I mean, it sucks seeing Scheif go down. I didn't see exactly what happened, but you lose a guy like that, it's tough. But coming out of this game with 2 points shows the character of this team.
Back to the idea of character and the resilience. You said that in the third period you didn't leave them room to breathe, and when chasing a game, sometimes the hope plays come out, sometimes that happens. You guys did it the right way. What does that say about your evolution as a team?
It says a lot. I think in the second period we were frustrated and we didn't play the game that we want to play. And like I said, we talked about it, and in the third we came out and played the right way. We got the pucks deep, and that's something that we've been really good at all season, being able to work their defensemen deep, get it up to our D, get some shots to the net, and create rebounds and so on, and create turnovers. So that's obviously something that you'd like to see happen for 60 minutes every single game, but we know that's not going to happen. And as long as we stay in the game like we did tonight, and with LB playing fantastic tonight, we give ourselves a chance, and we did that.
Thank you.
wins are piling up, and sometimes when you get a streak of games like you have against teams that are struggling in the standings or struggling in their own game, the goal is to get out without picking up bad habits. Where do you think your team is on that through this stretch?
Well, if you look at the 60 minutes, we had a good first. We had a terrible second. We just got a little frustrated, got off our game, and we rebounded really well in the third period. So Chicago played a great game. I mean, they held Edmonton to 15 shots the other night. So don't look at the roster and don't look at their standings. See, it's a bad team. It's a good team. They play hard. They made it very hard for us tonight, and they did get us frustrated. Their goalie made some big saves early, and that's his job. So overall, you're going into the third, you're one shot down. You're not happy with the way you played, but don't get so frustrated that it affects the way you play the third period, is what we talked about after the second. Yeah, we're frustrated. The power play kind of got out of sync, and it affected our 5-on-5 game. And I give the guys a lot of credit because they bounced back and played the way we have to play in the third period, and we got the 2 points, and that's the most important thing.
So beyond tonight, are you seeing this team staying within its structure and adhering to the details the way you want it to over the last little while?
Well, they identify now, okay, that's not our hockey. That's not how we play in the second period. And they know how we're supposed to look, and that's how we're supposed to look in the third period. So I think they see it now too. Okay, we're off. They know our identity. They know what we look like, and they were able to get it back in the third period. So give the guys a lot of credit for that.
We haven't seen you chase a lot of games so far this season.
Haven't seen what, sorry?
We haven't seen you chase games, being
No.
down late.
No.
Is there a sense of pride in the fact that there weren't a lot of hope plays in the third period? There weren't a lot of guys cheating for offense. You did it the right way.
Yeah, we did it the right way. We just started going north. We're using our speed. I thought we were in the second period. Again, I think the power play threw our whole 5-on-5 game off, and there was too much east to west, and when it wasn't there, so we kind of made it easy for them. We were playing right into their hands. In the third period, we started going north a lot quicker, and put them on their heels a little bit, and it paid off at the end. And that's why you play 60 minutes, and you give our fans a lot of credit tonight too, because they're go Jets go there in the third period. We had a good power play in the third that gave us some momentum, and the crowd was right into it, and we scored that first goal. Man, the place exploded. So you give our fans a lot of credit tonight too.
Josh Morrissey draws the penalty that led to that third period power play. Obviously played well in other facets. What did you see from him and Adam Lowry after Mark Scheifele?
They just put the team on their backs. How many 2-on-1s did Mo break up? So we talk about what an elite offensive player he is, and he broke up probably 3 2-on-1s against. That was, we got to take a look at why we were giving those up. Mo played an outstanding game, as did Adam, and that's why they're the leaders on the team. They put the team on their back and took control of that game.
Do you have an update on Mark Scheifele?
No, we'll have to. He's going to be reevaluated to see where he stands tomorrow.
Last question for me, particularly, there's a Dominic Toninato back check late in the third. It sets up Morgan Barron for a chance. And this is a guy that wasn't on your roster for large sections of the season, contributing to playing the right way. What does that say about the team identity and about him too?
No, he's bought rating. Look, he's played very well since we brought him up. He has tonight. He was 6-1 on the faceoffs. He knows how to play the game the right way. He's reliable, and and he's a great worker. And those are the things that have made him look so good and have done a great job for us. Those are the things we need him to do, and he's doing them.
Just one more on Mark. Did something happen in the first period, or was it strictly on that sort of back check in this?
I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I have all that information.
You switch. Dylan DeMello and Josh Morrissey have kind of been joined at the hip for a long time, but you did make a tweak on the
DeMello.
Dylan DeMello and Josh Morrissey. You had them together, but you did put Josh and Nate Schmidt together for a few shifts, right? And was that just
trying to generate offense? Yeah, try to get some offense and setting up. Arnie did that, so we'll give him credit for that. But he's, that's when we're not generating much, and we need some offense. Sometimes, put Nate out there looking for a one-timer because he's got a good one.
You've officially hit the halfway mark now, and you just set a franchise record with 8 straight wins, and you did it in pretty dramatic fashion tonight. So, I guess what's the big takeaway now as you head into the second half of the season?
Keep pushing. Just keep pushing. We haven't done anything yet. We're just going to keep pushing.
Rick, Gabriel Velarde scored another goal right in front of the net. What makes him especially so dangerous in tight spaces?
He's a big, strong guy, but if you watch that goal, how he just maneuvered himself. He got tied up a little bit, and he backed out and got away from the defenseman guarding him. And he's tough to move out of there, but he doesn't let himself get tied up the whole time. He gets tied up, and then he knows how to move away and get himself free for those tap-in goals. But that's where he's so effective around that net front.
And then Nikolai Ehlers maybe a player that's not as effective in front of the net, but in open ice like that, what can you say about the game
open
winner?
ice, and you're coming out about the speed he has. He's going to back you off a little bit. So, and he had some great looks in the third period. Missed the net a couple of times, but he made the shot we needed him to make at the right time. We talk a lot about timely goals. That would be a timely goal. Thanks.
Thank you.